And we're going to move on now to some local Colorado talk. So the Broncos are up for sale. Jay-Z's one of the possible candidates to purchase them, but also Jeff Bezos is there as well. If you had a choice between Bezos or Jay-Z owning the Broncos, who you going with? Angie, start off with you.
Well, I think personally, I would love to see Jay-Z because Jay-Z is on the top of, cutting edge moves. He's a strategic person. So he would actually put some real contenders, real players. Not to say we don't have some real players and contenders in our team, but we tend to trade out a lot. If we're doing good, we have good players. If we're doing bad, everybody jumps ship. And I don't blame people that have jumped ship, like when Peyton Manning left. A lot of people jumped ship. And I don't blame them because that's going to be a whole reconstruction. But you are either part of the reconstruction. You can't just keep jumping around. You got to have, that's team pride. You got to have team pride. You can't just jump off when things aren't working. Jeff Bezos, I don't see him as a really hands-on person necessarily. He will hire committees and people to figure it out, but I feel Jay-Z would be good at it. The only problem is Jay-Z is going to also have to have some other players on board because, the Broncos currently sit worth $3.7 billion, and Jay-Z is worth $1 billion, something like that. So he would have to have other people jump in, and I know that the Broncos aren't going to list it for what it's worth. Yeah. They're going to put it up, and especially if they have some quality players doing well, it's not going to be the same.
And I guess that would be my point too, is what in terms of ownership are we talking about? Because, terms get thrown around very loosely, and people say, oh, he owns the Brooklyn Nets or whatever. He had an ownership in it. He had a 0.1% ownership in the Brooklyn Nets, So, again, with him, he's definitely going to have some investors to come in with him. Jeff Bezos could outright just buy the whole state if he wanted to, But I think even on that aspect, typically owners really don't get involved with the ongoings of the business, just like a Robert Kraft for the New England Patriots or something like that. You hear about him when he gets in trouble, but that's pretty much it. So I guess it doesn't matter to me who owns it. I guess for flair, the Jay-Z would be nice, but I mean, I'm good as long as we have ownership and whoever owns us is going to help us get some more rings.
Yeah, I want him to have pride in it.
Yeah. I really would like to see Jay-Z own it. And who would you like to see co-own it with him?
Usher's in the game. Ludacris is in the sports ownership game. There's a lot of. I'm definitely going to lean more towards the black ownership because I feel that African Americans need to own more of the corporate world. So, I'm going to lean with that, but. Shit, Kanye's worth 6 point something. Shit, let Kanye get in there with him.
Yeah, he could slide all his family members in.
I would definitely prefer Jay-Z over Bezos just because I prefer, like how you said, I would definitely like to see more of the black community in those ownership roles, stuff like that. And Bezos owns enough. Yeah, right. He can stop. I'm over it. Fools going to space all the time, buying all the teams.
And Jay-Z probably has a shoe-in, too, because I don't know if people know, but he, last year or maybe the year before, he started a partnership with the NFL to help integrate, with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. They brought him in to help deal with the players when social matters like that were going on. So he's already involved in the NFL, so maybe he has a shoe-in already for that,
Yeah. I hope so. I think it would be cool to see him, and also, like you said, there's a couple other people in the game like Usher and Ludacris. So if they can get a group together of investors and take over the Broncos, I could see them being prideful in the team and working to get put together the best team possible for Denver. Yeah. And we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to talk about Kanye, his weird outfits, the split from Kim Kardashian, and why she was dressed up like a Dementor at the Met Gala. And we'll be right back with the tea.